Today on 10 Minute IT Gems, we're joined by David Shepherd, who is the Vice President of Sales for APJ at Illumio. In this time of increasing ransomware and cybercrime, Illumio provides the only proven segmentation product suite purpose-built for zero trust security. They believe all organizations should be able to thrive with confidence and be assured that their digital infrastructure and assets are safe. David joins us today to tell us more about Illumio and what they are doing in the APAC market. Thank you for coming along, David, and welcome to the Jam.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome. Well, let's get straight into it. For a business that hasn't worked with Illumio before, what are your key products and offerings?
Yeah, so we're at Illumio, we're 100% focused on zero trust segmentation. So we've been on this mission for more than a decade now. What does it really mean? It means that we're helping customers prevent damage after a compromise or after a breach occurs. So whether this is at the endpoint, in the data center, or in the cloud, customers are using Illumio to kind of protect their assets, their applications, and their environments by controlling lateral movement pathways or traffic flows that's possible between them. And that's really what network segmentation is all about. And because we're seeing a lot of zero trust and assume breach mindset, containment and lateral movement have become very commonplace terms. And more organizations recognize that, they recognize the need for what we do. They resonate with the problems that we help them solve. And they know that firewalls and all the complexity and cost that comes with those, it's just not the right answer anymore.
Well, now, what are your most recent improvements or innovations in your offerings?
Yeah, so our customers actually play a pretty heavy hand in guiding product innovation. So their feedback is what drives our priorities. We need to be where they need us to be. So while at a product level, this all really began in the data center, we've extended coverage to the endpoint where lateral movement risk is clearly considerable, but also to public cloud. So this is a reflection on, the mobile cloud hybrid IT environments that customers have today. So that's been a kind of a key innovation or improvement. And then secondly, we made changes to our licensing as well to align with how customers actually want to deploy and use the product. So to give you an example of that, our entry-level solution allows customers to achieve like the visibility map that everyone gets in Illumio, but then do some very simple high-value controls or enforcement, like blocking risky ports that are commonly used by ransomware actors to propagate. But if the customer is not doing app ring fencing or micro-segmentation, we're not going to charge them for that capability. They can kind of go at their own pace and they can use the license that's right for their project.
Well, now, what trends are your product development teams laser focused on next?
Yeah, so a couple of key areas of jumping to mind. First is around dashboards and reports. So Illumio reveals great insights around how a network is connected and communicating. So we show organizations, what's open, but also what's being used. So they can literally understand, what workloads are able to connect to what other workloads and how that's possible. So once they understand, what they look like, they can begin to take action. So we want to help IT and cyber teams in our customers demonstrate the impact that our tools having on their environment and how we're helping them with their cyber risk. So can we quantify attack surface reduction, or can we help them prove that their environment is more protected this month than last month? So that's probably the first area. And then the second area that we're investing in is around ease of use. And this is particularly for mid-market customers or for customers that don't have the same depth of resource of say, a large enterprise. So how do we help them to quickly deploy the solution, realize some quick wins for their business? Then we can learn the characteristics and the behaviors of their network and make, suggestions around policy. So whilst it's not, in and done, we're moving more to like a wizard style, suggest policy, click, click, done. And then they've introduced more enforcement into their network.
Well, now, what infrastructure or resources does Illumio have in the APAC market?
Yeah, so we're essentially a field operation here in APAC. So we've been in existence here for around 5 years. We've got sales, pre-sales, marketing, services, customer success, support people located around the region with teams in Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Tokyo. Also got resources in India now. So whilst we've got offices in Australia, Singapore, and Tokyo, we've got customers and partners in all of those countries that I've mentioned and beyond. So our go-to-market model is 100% indirect. So we're really relying on key partners to help us with coverage and scale beyond where we have our own teams.
Well, I guess finally to finish off, if an enterprise end user wanted to engage with Illumio, what is the best way they can do that?
Yeah, the most obvious way is via our website. So go to illumio.com. On the contact us page, you're going to find local office addresses and phone numbers, or there'll be a short contact me web form to complete. Second, speak to your preferred SI or partner, ask them to reach out to us. I'm sure they'll know how to find us. And thirdly, you can email me. So if you come to dave.shepherd@illumio.com, I'll make sure you get connected to the right person on my team.
Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on the Jam, David, and learning more about Illumio and what you guys do. We look forward to hearing more from Illumio very soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Tom.